You don't know me. Makes sense. First video after all. I'm E.N.L.O, but my friends call me E.N.L.O, and I don't know if you can tell, but I like video games. Big fan. And recently, I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy. My girlfriend asked me to, and honestly, it's pretty fucking fun. I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. I'm not a Harry Potter fan at all, actually. I'm more of a Percy Jackson kind of guy. There is one thing that kind of butters my biscuit. Tickles my toes, if you will. I hate going anywhere in this game. And I realized I hate going anywhere in the game when I got a quest to deliver some potions, and I had to sit there for like an hour, which my character sits on a broom. Which, for some of you, I'm sure you enjoyed. It's not for me, to be honest. It was just boring. This isn't just an issue I have with Hogwarts Legacy though. Basically every open world game has me feeling like this. Well, except for one. Do you know... Yakuza is one of those franchises that, although you might not have played a game from it, you've almost definitely heard about it. Whether it's a review, a video essay, a clip from the game, a meme, or some of the more questionable content, you most likely heard about it in some way or form. Even if you haven't and you decide to search up what makes Yakuza so great, you'll hear people talk about the combat, the characters, the story, the jokes, the softcore porn. All of these things are great and are a massive reason why I love Yakuza. But you won't hear people talk about its world design, which, in my opinion, is where Yakuza really shines. There are a couple of reasons why Yakuza's open world is so exceptionally well designed, but when you play a Yakuza game, let's say Yakuza 0 for convenience, the first thing that will stand out to you immediately, especially if you've played other open world games, is the size. Let's go back to Hogwarts Legacy for a moment. The map in that game is pretty huge, an entire island that you get to run around exploring and traversing. Or we could look at Ghost of Tsushima's map, or Immortals Phoenix Rising, or Spider-Man 2. All of these games' maps are huge, which by itself isn't an issue. I mean, I love all these games. The issue is when a game makes you travel around them, because not only are these massive maps, well, massive, but the only way to travel around them is to run or walk. Usually you would get a faster method of travel like a horse, so if I wanted to get from here to here in any of these games, I would either have to run and walk as a person, or run and walk as a horse. I mean, there's a third option, I could fast travel, unless I haven't been to that location before, in which case I'm back to the first two options, walk as a man, or walk as a horse. That's not to say that every open world game with a massive map is like this though. Games like Spider-Man and Assassin's Creed have pretty massive worlds, because the traversal through those worlds is so fun and in and of themselves a big part of the game. I don't find myself dreading moving around the world. It's the same feeling I have when I play Yakuza 0. When the game tells me to go to the other side of the city, my first reaction isn't to open my map and see what the closest point I can fast travel to is. Instead I just run there, because I know it's not going to take that long. It's a hop, skip and a jump away. Maybe even less, just a hop and a skip in most cases. Traveling around the world doesn't feel like a chore, even with that horrid stamina mechanic that the game forces upon you until you collect enough CP. But don't get it twisted, I love CP. CP is a good system because it incentivizes you to explore and do anything around the city, so honestly, CP is
completion
great.
points.
I wish more games had CP. And as a knock-on effect, because the open world of the game is so small, all activities are packed into this tiny area, meaning that no matter where you go, around every corner there is something to do. But we'll touch on that point later. For now I want to touch on another reason why Yakuza's open world is so amazingly designed. So as we established, Yakuza's world is small. I mean, during the main story of the game, you'll be going to the same places a couple times over. With the amount of times I've run up and down the same streets for over 80 hours, the streets are practically engraved onto my eyes. There's something special about a character telling you to go to Pink Street, and you just instinctively know how to get there. You don't need to open a map or, God forbid, search up a guide online for where to go. You can just take a quick look at your surroundings, realize where you are, and just, with your own knowledge of the game's world, you can find your way wherever you want. And at that point, it doesn't even feel like you're playing a game anymore. It feels like you're actually living in that world. No other game has made me feel that way that deeply. That I'm actually a part of the world, I'm just like all the other people around me going about their day. Even the fast travel system makes me feel like I'm a regular Yakuza dude doing regular Yakuza dude things. In all of the Yakuza games, there is a fast travel system in the form of taxis. In Yakuza 0, there are taxis that select entrances at the edges of the map. If I'm really in a rush and I'm near a taxi, then I can run over, pay the taxi fare, and travel to any of the other taxi stops found around the city. The fast travel system actually enforces your knowledge of the world, because not only do you have to remember where the individual streets and buildings are, you also remember if there's a taxi stop near them so you can figure out if it'd be faster to book it down there or take a taxi. Oh, taxi! Are you free? Yeah, I just want to get to my next point. Oh, it's just down the road. Oh, we're here. Thanks. Honestly, I've never played a game where the world feels so alive, and that's primarily due to two different things: side content and sub-stories. For side content, you may have heard Yakuza be described as a game where one minute you're fighting for your life to escape a building full of sword-wielding criminals, and the next you're picking up toys in an arcade machine. That's absolutely true. There's a reason you don't skip Yakuza cutscenes. And yes, some of the side content is goofy but fun, some of it is just fun, and some of it is, weird. But what they all have in common is that they all add something to the city. It feels different from the typical checklist style activities that you find in most open world games, because the game doesn't give you a Google Maps marker and begs you to go there. The game just lets you find them. The most the map tells you is that there is something here, but you have to physically go there to see what it is. As much as I love this system, it wouldn't matter if the side content was bland and boring and repetitive. So thank fuck that it absolutely is not. You feel like singing your heart out? Go to karaoke. You wanna show off some moves? Go to the disco and dance battle against Michael Jackson. You feeling kinda freaky? Let me introduce you to the Telephone Club. And because there's so much side content that's actually engaging, you end up doing it. Not because you have to tick them off a checklist, not because the game's forcing you to do them, or constantly shoving their existence down your throat, but because in between your employer trying to kill you and you storm down the base of a Chinese mafia, you just want to beat some kids in a toy car race. Is that a crime? Okay, well that aged poorly. But as much as the side content is fun, and as much of it as there is, that's not all that helps the city feel alive. The city is nothing without the people in it, and Yakuza has that in spades. Sub-stories are to Yakuza what side quests are to other games, except not really. See, in other games, when a side character gives you a quest, you're expected to go away, do something, come back and get a reward. In Yakuza though, there's none of that. When you talk to a side character, there is no new objective, no action that you need to take, because they're not quests. As the name would suggest, they're stories. And these stories range from pretty tame to like helping a kid get back a game that was stolen from him, to kinda weird, like helping a woman become a dominatrix, to genuinely heartfelt, like helping a little girl whose mother is being threatened by loan sharks. When you play the game, you get roped into the lives of other people around the city, so much so that when you pass by certain places you'll remember, oh yeah, I nearly got roped into a pyramid scheme here, or oh yeah, I helped an old woman get her daughter out of a sex cult that was around here somewhere. That's the beauty of Yakuza in its world. These aren't just quests that you go in order to get more levels or get better items. They're stories. The stories of the people that you see and run through every day. Everybody has a story. Just like you.
どや楽しんどるか最高のプレイヤー